Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your Tuesday reading. Okay, so you've had all of Sunday. Well, all of Sunday. You've had Sunday night, all of Monday, all of Tuesday. You could be watching this on Wednesday. So technically you're a lot further in your week than you were when you watched the first reading. And if you haven't, this one is kind of a companion too. What did we look at? We really looked at about how the mind sends you down a road trip. A road trip of discovery. But whether or not you're discovering as you're using the mind is really the question. So have you been doing that this week? Have you been discovering what's true, what's untrue, what's perception, what's intuition, what's not, what's mind, what's body, what's anything, right? Nine of Cups comes out. So we're going to start with that one. And we're going to pull some clarifiers. Look at that. Well, 2 cards of victory and blessings would tell me that yes, you are absolutely doing a lot better at this time. Why? Because the 9 of Cups is that you are figuring out what's golden out of the gold that you already have. Because they're all kind of like shiny, okay? That's like saying, which is the golden egg? So, you're figuring out the golden idea. What's stopping you from doing it? Is it your own fears, your perception? What's contributing to it? You've done a lot of the legwork. If you looked at Sunday's reading, there's a lot of different places that I directed you to look, okay? Your past, your mind, your fears, your protectiveness, figuring out if it comes from the heart or from the brain, all of that stuff, okay? So I feel that you've probably taken a time and figured it out, okay? You have figured out maybe not everything, because that's impossible. You know, there's always new things to figure out, but you figured out, what is this? This is the blessing that I'm going after. And this is the 6 of Wands, okay? How is the darkness and the light contributing? There's the masculine and feminine coming in again, like I mentioned on Sunday, right? How are you becoming the crown achievement of your successes? That is beautiful, okay? I can't say enough of that, because when you're able to move past through a difficult point or just a bump in the road that gets you past another bump in the road, you start making progress. And as you start making progress, I mean, I've been months and months going, it doesn't matter, even if you can't get the whole thing in one shot, just take steps forward. Well, you know what? Those steps accumulate. It doesn't just stay stagnant. It just doesn't stay at the same beginning point of the journey. At one point, you hit a checkpoint. You hit like a spot of like where you see results, where you start seeing things happen. And I think that hopefully by this point, if you have been working hard on something, you're starting to see something happening. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not quite there yet, you're seeing it accumulating, right? What they're showing me is like packing a box. It's not ready to send out yet, but you see the stuff in the box. If it's 3/4 of the way full, it hasn't reached the destination of being sent out, which is the goal, which is like the final thing happening to reach destination after it's been packed up and sealed and sent through the mail. But your box is still full and it's still abundant. It still has accumulated stuff. It's still that step closer to being full and ready and whole and done. Okay? Alright. So what to watch out for the rest of the week? I'm going to just put that out there. What else? What should you be watching out for to get through to the rest of the week? That would be whenever you find this reading, okay? That's why I no longer put harsh dates, as I say, like specific days. I put, like, this is, you know, September. So whenever this finds you is when you're meant to hear it. Oh, look at that. The world. Okay. What else can come in? I would say that this is absolutely, the World card is the end of the major arcana, meaning the goal, the end mark, right? The box being packed and sent off. But this one has butterflies. And look at the feeling that you get when you look at this card. What does it feel like? It feels like you're being released, right? Look at that sense of freedom. Can you feel that right now? Even with everything not being done, can you feel that sense of release? This card always speaks to me of not being stuck on the outcome so much. Not having that point of like, it's not going to happen. Okay? The next card is the Explorer of Wands. Absolutely. This is the Knight of Wands. It's going, look, be ready. Be ready for the volcano in the background. Be ready for things to happen. Be ready to move when you need to move. Be ready to meet up with the challenges when they appear. This is the best way of being. Letting go of the outcome and rising up to the challenge of anything that may show up. Absolutely. When you can do these things, you're golden. You're absolutely golden. Like there's a lot of golden in this card. And a lot of gold. Okay? So that's their like follow-up advice. Although I really feel that you've got it handled. I feel that you're really optimistic. Not that you weren't with the Sunday reading. I feel that you were optimistic. But you were still trapped too much in the brain's rolling toil. Rolling toil of the brain. Wow, I like that. The rolling toil. I wish I could hold on to these. It does. It sends us down that garden path, doesn't it? Okay. So let's see what else. Eight of Swords. I like that card a lot less, I would have to say. Okay. They're both dark cards, but the difference between these two is I love the fact that in this one you see all the feathers, which is a sign of the brain, of the mind, right? And the feathers are discarded. They're on the ground. I feel it's let go of the grip that the brain has on you, okay? Because sometimes we give that thing a lot more, we give it a lot. And in the end, was it that important to have that much control from the mind standpoint? Will it really matter to have things done in a very specific time and you know, essence, the time and essence thing going in, you know, like it's got to be definitely in this order, right? Will have made a difference in certain relationships? Probably not. Probably not. The Star card coming in here is talking about focusing on the dream, on the goal, okay? Focus on that optimism, that bright shining star amongst the many, okay? Even while you're standing there with your hands tied behind your back, you can still look up. You can still look up and see what is. I've done it. I'm sure you've done it too. Even in the worst of time, you've had hope. You've had peace. You've looked for that light, right? That light in the darkness. You have. So have I. I almost feel like Spirit is going, look, you've always have that in your side. You'll always have that in your corner. You'll always be able to look up and see the best and see what could possibly bring in that next chapter, that hope for a better day. I highly suggest that you let go of the minds. Let those feathers fly, okay? Let it go. Let it go. Let it be free, okay? Even if you're afraid to, let it go. Sometimes it will give you so much freedom. It'll take away that darkness. The funny part about darkness is that sometimes we take it for shelter. We hide in it, right? Because it's dark and it's comfy, and you have that false sense of security. It's like a blanket of putting it over your head and going, I'm safe here. But again, that's a mind thing. You're never truly safe and you're never truly free. You just have to believe that you are who you are right now. I would much rather focus on the things that I'm passionate about than be stuck in the mind's meanderings of what's safe and not safe, what's bad, what's good. I would much rather be working towards a hope, a renewal, a beautiful night sky that offers infinite possibilities. And I think Spirit wants you to focus on that too. Okay? All right. Now what else can we talk about here in this bonus? In this follow-up? Let's talk heart space. Yeah. What else can you give us about the heart space? Now I saw the Four of Pentacles kind of flipped, but I'm not going to take it out, but I'm going to talk about it. Because what came in is open your heart, because that's like trying to control. You have the Five of Wands. And by the way, it was at the bottom of the deck again. The Temperance card. Saw that card a lot. Saw that card a lot last week in the life path numbers. Okay? It's going to be a theme, this card. I want to talk about competition, complications, brainstorming, conflict, problems to solve. We end up putting ourselves in a corner. Yeah. We're staring down at the wolf and thinking, oh, wow, that's going to be hard, right? We spend too much time trying to figure out how to get out of this. And we end up dousing ourselves out. Do you know what I mean? If you're a Life Path subscriber, you will know, and if you've had this card in your Life Path, especially last week, you will know, because I mentioned it a lot. But I guess Pisces, I have to mention it to all of you. Look at this picture and rationalize it with your mind. What is it saying? The flames lick the icicle melt and put out the flame. But there needs to be a very delicate balance here. Because if this starts melting too much, then it has a chance to douse the flame. But because the flame is receiving water and it's putting it out a little bit, it's going to melt this less. And the flames will be doused less. So there's a delicate balance that needs to be here. And this is the same with the brain. I love this card in this deck. It's the best example of temperance. Is the most beautiful example of temperance. And if you want to look it up, just put it in your Google. I don't believe that this is mass market. This is called a Spacious Tarot. If you put the Spacious Tarot in a Google search, you'll find the website where she sells them. So yeah, this, absolutely, right here. It's to find the balance of conflicts that we create in our minds. If we can, at one point, do this, when we're hitting a brick wall with our minds, if we can just bust down the brick wall constantly and understand why our minds are causing us this much grief, okay, and go from a heart space, go from, like I said on Sunday, the different energy centers that give us the answers, okay, you know, why do I feel out of place? Why am I so upset for this and that? Oh, wait a minute. My base chakra, my red chakra is going, it's because you had to deal with this as a kid. It was a bad experience. It has marked you. It now becomes a mayday situation. Whenever you're faced with it, how do I deal with it? Okay. Do I look at it in perspective as an adult instead of a child? That most of the time works a lot. Because as a child, you're kind of helpless. You have to go along with things. You have to follow your parents. You can't just up and drive yourself away as a child. You have to kind of, you're limited, right? You also have limited intellect, limited funds, limited everything. Try seeing things as a perspective as an adult. And so most of the time, that helps a lot. Try to talk to your inner child. Hug that child. Tell it it's safe. Tell it it's okay. Okay? These are the things. But this is a temperance. Because if you let the mind take over and tell you, I don't like that, I'm afraid of that, it's going to burn up all of this, and that's going to put out the fire, and there'll be nothing. No ice, no fire, no nothing. You will burn it out. It will just become mist and disintegrate and disappear. Okay? You have to remind yourself to bring in balance, or the wolf will end up causing you damage. Greatest message in this one right now. Greatest message. Okay? And that has nothing to do with your heart. It has to do with your base chakra, your security center, right? Okay, so you have the Three of Wands and the Action of Cups coming in. And the Four of Cups and the Child of Cups. I feel a real innocence when it comes to this. The first word that came to mind was innocence. There's an innocence to this. A real beginning of things. Action of Cups is the idealistic romantic, the lover, the one who's dramatically in love or dramatically not, right? But it's about the beautiful flowing. Look at this. Look at this picture. Does this not incite anything? Everything Pisces in you. The walkway, the trellis trees, the flowering colors. It's all of this, okay, talks about a very idealistic view of what you're seeing. What happens with this, though, is that we launch into that, but then we're afraid that we're going to be left on this rock, unable to move, unable to do anything. The Child of Cups is telling me that this is very much our Piscean nature. Maybe a little overdramatic sometimes. I know I was for many, many years. I'm an older Pisces. I still have a lot of dreamy fantasy, but I'm very aware of the real world. So it's also saying that as much as you go into your heart space, you should also go into your heart space to clear out a little bit of that, a little too much. This is what it feels like. This is saying a little too much. And you know what I mean. You may not want to admit it, but you know it. You know that you've been a little too much at some points. And I would say it's not even with other people. I'm not saying you could be a little too much with other people. Oh, I've had moments where I've been too much with other people. But with yourself, don't we over-dramatize it in our own physical body, in our own energetic body? The Piscean energy is very gripping. It's all or nothing. It's so dramatic. Harlequin's novels have nothing on us. We know drama. We can build it inside of ourselves. We can go through all the gamut of emotions in one single moment. Absolutely. And nobody around us will never know. They will never ever know. So, or they will, and if they do, I pity some people. Because we can be much. I feel that this is more like a cautionary tale, Pisces, of telling you this is also a thing, okay? This is also a thing. I would say the best thing you can do is know your dramatic side. Embrace it when it serves you. Because anybody who's fallen in love with a Pisces will tell you that this is one of their best traits and also one of their worst traits. But know it for what it is and take it out when needed to bring the magic to things. And also know when it's a little too much that it could possibly be causing you harm. It could be leaving you in this situation. Okay? And it's not to say that it's wrong. It's to say to be aware, to know that it's happening. That's all. It's just to say, I know that this is happening. I know that I'm being much. And that's it. You're bringing an energy awareness. And that's what we've been doing. Your base chakra energy is making you aware. Making the brain aware that it's the cause. Your dramatic heart energy is making your brain aware that it is the cause. Are you picking up on the different things that are happening? I hope so. I hope so, because this is meant to help you. Okay? All right. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. What else? What other energy center? Because we talked about the dramatic heart center. We talked about the childhood center. I'm actually surprised that the power center didn't show up. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. The drive to succeed. Okay? The drive to succeed. I spoke too soon. Or I spoke just in time. And it made me look magical. Didn't it? Okay. So when I think of this, is our drive to succeed is sometimes a little bit of a confusing thing, okay? Let's just say that sometimes I think we can see success, we can imagine it very well. I could imagine myself in a beautiful cream three-piece suit on a podium giving beautiful lectures on self-care and how to be better for yourself. Oh yes, thank you, thank you. Oh, please sit down, stop the applause. I could do this. I could do it for an hour. I could imagine the very best. I think just, I'm so wonderful. My life is great. I'm successful. Right? I could. I have. And I'm not ashamed of it. Probably because of my age. I don't care anymore. I like these. They're good. They feel good. All of my body gets all tingly and happy. But I also know that because of my imagination, there's an illusion side to it that kind of takes hold. What I want you to do with it is also with the mind, know that yes, you're telling your mind, I know that's an illusion, I know it's not real. I'm just going to go back to my plain old life now. I'm going to sit here in my shorts with the pockets so that I can count the steps, with my hair in a bun and no makeup. And just be little old plain me. The illusion is, though Pisces, is that I am the cream-colored suit. I am the speaker on the podium. I am all of these things, and the shorts and the hair and all of that stuff. I'm everything. And I'm successful at all of these things. I'm a success in my imagination. I could make the illusion appear if I wanted to. Just invite a few friends, stand on a podium with a cream-colored suit and do my thing. You can make, that's easy enough to do. What's not so easy is talking yourself out of thinking that you're actually successful. And that's a power thing. You steal your power. So this is your power chakra going, I'm stealing of my power. I'm making myself smaller. And you have to stop doing that. I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Don't need to do that. You're beautiful, you're powerful. If I met you today, I would know it. I would probably see you as somebody with some sort of insecurity, you know, like, oh, I'm not sure, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to step into your power. I want you to feel beautiful and wonderful. I want you to show me all your colors. I want you to come around and go, I am beautiful, I'm powerful, and I'm going to show you all my colors. And then I will see your colors. And it won't matter what the cover is. It won't matter what your mind is saying. It won't matter what you do for a living. It won't matter. Anything won't matter. Because all you have is somebody who is working at the highest level of energy. Okay? I'm a little tired with this one, I think. So let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, Spirit. What else? Last message. Quick one. Quick one. I said quick one, so no cards are coming out, right? Adapt, Jane, adapt. That's what it says. This one throws me because it's the Two of Pentacles, but there's three rolling pins. But it just means that you're just juggling, right? You're juggling. The Hermit. Okay. It's quite simple. I asked for simple and I got simple. Adapt. With some introspection to it. Just take some juggling lessons. No. It's like weighing things, right? You're flipping it up in the air to take a better look at them. It's like, oh, what is that? Oh, look. Oh, yep. I'm flipping it up here and then I'm catching it over here. I'm seeing what's what, right? I'm adapting to the situation because I have no choice, right? So when things come in and it kind of gets you stuck, adapt. Question the mind. Question the energy it's coming from. From where? How? Why? Question. And that's where the introspection comes in. You tap into your inner light, which are all your chakra, all your chakra centers, and you go, what's going on here? Why is this? Why am I acting like? What is it? Why am I reacting this way? Right? Exactly. You know, why is this happening? Why am I reacting this way? Let me see. Do I have like the chakra cards here? Are these the chakra cards? I know. I'm sorry if I'm putting my arm in front of you. I don't know if I have them here. Nope, that's the hero's journey. Ooh, but I must use that one again. You know what? I will use the chakra cards in the next reading. I will find them. I will do all the chakra cards because I think we have mentioned them a lot this time, and I think there's a reason for it. I think you guys need to really take a look at what's going on, what's happening. Okay? We're going to take a good, long look at that. And we're going to see how we can get you, I don't know, rolling in the right energy field, or at least a little more smoothly than you are, to help you on this journey to get where you need to go. Okay? There you go, my beautiful Pisces. This has been your follow-up reading. Now don't forget, Oracle Thursdays, where we bring out the Oracle cards, and I already know which ones I'm going to have now, you know. And we're going to take a look at your chakras and how we can balance out your energies and take good care of yourself. Okay? Don't forget to check out the description box. I got a whole bunch of things going on. And sending love, light, and blessings to you. Bye for now.